We get a win in that game, puts a lot of pressure on Liverpool and Man City. The difference is this weekend that either both of them or one of them is going to drop points. It's a must-win game. Arsenal go out there, beat Sunderland, then kick back on the Sunday and see either one of them or both of them drop points. It's big, isn't it?
Massive. This is the massive game for me. We were talking about it on the way home last night. This one for me is so big because of that. You know, the consequences if we win, I think are huge if we win this game. Massive. And I'm looking forward to it. Like, you know, I'm looking forward to every Arsenal game at the moment. Like, you know, once you've finished in Prague, we were buzzing for Sunderland, and I'm looking forward to going out there. I'm looking forward to seeing what sort of reception Granit Xhaka's going to get. You know what I mean? Because I think he left on a very, very much of a high.
He'll get a good reception.
Yeah, I think he will do.
So I think he deserves it as well.
Yeah, you know.
Saw Danny Welbeck's reception the other day. He got Xhaka will get a good one.
So I think that'd be a good one. But yeah, I can't emphasise how big this game is, because it is. The fact is that the next day, one of them is going to drop points. You know what I mean? Like, it's guaranteed. One of them is going to drop points. Like, you know what I mean? And as a team that's going for the top, if you can nudge 10 or 9 points in front of either one of them two teams, that's massive.
Especially before going into an international break.
And in November as well.
If Liverpool lost and if we beat Sunderland and Liverpool lose, it's 10 points ahead of Liverpool. If we beat Sunderland and City lose, 9 points above City. If we beat Sunderland and they both draw, 8 above
City.
8 above Liverpool, or 7 above City.
Okay.
I mean, this is a big, and like you said, Lee, last night when we was driving back, he was saying that, you know, last year Liverpool, you could just never catch them. They got that little lead and they just maintained it. And if you got that buffer of a lead going into the, you know, second part of the season, you know, after Christmas and that, it's significant.
I think the massive thing is we keep another clean sheet. I think that'll be an entire international break with not conceding a goal as well.
Well, it was setting new record. It was setting new records
in the Premier League. Nine in a row. Our 1903 record. I think it's a new Premier League record of 9. It'll be 9 clean sheets in a row in the Premier League, which hasn't been done before. And it sends out a message to other teams that, you know, not are you going to beat us, but are you going to be able to actually score a goal? And then there's the other thing, are you actually, you know, shots on target, which is just ridiculous. And going into that international break in that situation, it gives us a bit of time for a few players, hopefully, to come back. We've got a couple of injuries at the moment, which, you know, our front line is slightly depleted. You know, we were going on about the squad depth, but our squad depth at the moment is being thoroughly tested. We've gone back to, like we said, Mikel Merino being as a number 9. And then we've got some big games coming up. Big games.
Well, it is, the thing is, like, you know, I do hear it, and it is, you know, now that we're not doing it, and you see it from the outside, when teams have got injuries and people go, us last season, it's not an excuse. It is an excuse. Like, there are a lot of teams at this moment in time that are struggling because of injury and whatever. Part and parcel of football, we know, but it is. But we're handling it fantastically well. Fantastically well, because we've really, what we've done this season, built a squad.
Yeah, look at the players that are missing. And it's still a strong side. He'll probably go into that game on the weekend, right? Up front, it'll probably be, I guess it'll be Marino, Trossard, Saka. With Eze, Zubimendi will come back in, and Rice in the middle. That's strong.
Yeah.
Well, you look at the players we've got out in a minute. You can go through it. You've got, like, Jesus, all right, he's been out all season, but he's still missing, like, you know, Havertz, right? Odegaard, Martinelli, right? Madueke, like, So, Gyökeres now. So that's 6 I've named so far, right? There's another one somewhere along the line, right? 6 players there. Tottenham had that out last season, and everybody, you know, well, that's why they're down the bottom and all that, like, you know what I mean? This is we can, you know, I'm not having a go at Tottenham when I say that. You know, most teams, if they've got 6 players missing, Chelsea have got a few players missing. So
and the players that are missing, Lee, are not out for like a week.
They've been out for weeks and weeks.
Serious squad depth. And it's all right having squad depth, right? But it's how good your squad depth is, because we saw Chelsea, they made loads of changes against Karabag.
Can't handle it.
Drew that game. the changes we make, as I said, you look at this team that's probably going to be out this weekend. It's not a weak side. It's still strong. God knows when everybody's back, he's going to have a task on his hands to, say to this person, you can't play. Because these...
They won't even be able to get on a bench. The match day squad, if everyone's fit, you can't even... You're going to have to leave some players at home.
Yeah.
Some top players.
You're always going to get 1 or 2 injured, though. Of
course you will.
I don't think that's... The worry for me is that... is there's a lot of youngsters on the bench again, you know what I mean?
Well, Max Dowden's a decent youngster.
Well, you know what I mean?
No disrespect to Sunderland, but if you want to win the title, you need to be going to these places. They're a newly promoted side, and albeit they've bought this amount of players, you need to be going there and getting 3 points. I'm not expecting fantastic football. I'm not expecting, it doesn't bother me how we play as long as we get the result. 1-0 all day, every day. And
wouldn't bother you if it's just 1-0 set piece?
Mate, take it all day long. Listen, at the end of the season, like when we continue this, if we can get this clean sheet record and we take it to 10, 12 games, we're not going to be like, might be a bit, some of the football was a bit boring. It's the record that you boast. That's going to be the bragging rights. So you're going to say to everyone, they'll be like, oh yeah, you played boring football. And it'll be like, yeah, but we got the record. Even at 1-0 at half time, they've got to score 2 goals to win the game, and the last time we conceded 2 goals in a game,
let alone
you think the key to the game of the weekend is Arsenal scoring first?
But I wouldn't even say that. It's getting a grip into the game, not being intimidated by the atmosphere, and going there and doing what we do. When we get the goal, don't be stupid. Don't go and try and 4-5-0 them. Listen, if the opportunities are there and they open up, go for it. But don't leave yourself exposed at the back. Keep it tight. And go there and get the job done, however it's got to be done. But I like, watching this football this season, there's an element of control, like I said, and I don't just think, like when Kolasinac, he's going to give the ball away and pass it to, and then they're through in on goal. All I see is they've got their grip on this game, and you could see the other night how important it was to Arteta and the defence keeping that clean sheet.
Have you seen that? There's a game where. I don't think it wasn't what's the previous game? Burnley. Have you seen that graphic where it's in the 95th minute or something?
Yes. And they're all piling back, racing back, racing back.
They're getting pound on the counter and they all race back, sprint to get back in behind that ball to stop them from scoring. I mean, that shows you that this team, they are working their socks off, every single one of them, to keep a clean sheet, to make sure they don't lose games.
Yeah, and
unbelievable.
The belief is it's been drummed into them, and it's logical. You don't
like a machine.
You don't concede, you don't lose. So at the end of it, once you've got that into your head, let's not concede, and it goes through from first minute to the 90th. You know, and what you have a look at, and this is what has been a good thing for me. You've got players like Trossard, who's I think done all right the last few games, by the way. He's really working very, very hard, getting back into shape. It's not necessarily you're going to make the tackle on this. Getting back into your shape, getting back into behind the ball.
Predictions.
Long journey.
Yes.
2-0.
I was going to say that.
I'm going 2-0.
Yeah, I think 2-0. I don't think it's going to be anything outrageous.
2-0.
Nice and solid, clean sheet, job done.
Again, I don't think it'd be easy. I think it'd be a tough game. You know what I mean? Burnley wasn't as tough as what I thought it was going to be.
Well, I thought it was
still a tough game.
Made
But
it difficult,
it could have been a lot
found a way.
harder. I think this is going to go up with it. I think this is going to be a tough game. You know what I mean? And also one thing, just want to say, it's the back end of 3 away games. Do you know what I mean? Away to Burnley, away to Prague. I forgot where I've gone. I've had so many beers. And now this one, so this is it's going away from home, getting a result all the time is tough. Yep. So this is going to be a tough game.
Well, tough game this week coming up. Arsenal going to the Stadium of Light, where we haven't been for years, to take on Sunderland. And if they win once again, it could be really significant, especially with Manchester City playing Liverpool the next day.